You are about to start the unit, Building Benches and Measuring Tools. Although the title sounds as if it's about measurement, and in a sense it is, the context is also designed to generate early landmark fractions and some equivalencies as well. The context is actually designed around the idea of building benches, where some teachers have decided to really build benches for their classroom. It's easy enough to do. The children are going to do measuring, which will generate fractions in the unit, and going to a lumber yard and just getting some boards cut with the measurements that you bring makes the benches quite easy to build. You get some planks, they're all previously cut at the lumber yard, and all you do is lay them across milk cartons, which usually your cafeteria has extras, or the lumber yard does sell quite inexpensive wooden crates as well. Now, there's a story in the unit about Tanisha and Tamika who do carpentry work. So if building real benches feels overwhelming to you and you don't want to get involved with that, it's not critical. You don't have to. You can just use the story that's in the appendix about the two girls. Either way works fine. The reason that we use measurement for this unit is because the idea of generating fractions, it's important for children to have a context where when they're measuring, there's just not another foot. It's a portion of a foot. It's shorter than another foot. And this causes the need to cut up the strip into smaller pieces and smaller equal pieces. So this context is going to generate the half, the fourth, and the third, and begin to get children having conversations around which fractional piece has a greater value. I'll say more about that in the next section, overview of the math, to help you feel comfortable with the math. In the meantime, grab the unit, open it up, and let's look through it together. If this is the first CFLM unit that you've ever done, it might look quite different than a textbook if that's what you're used to. And it's meant to be different. The Context for Learning units are written to help you run powerful math workshops. So the guide is written for you. It's not a text that you're going to use or handouts that you're going to give to kids to have them practice things that you will have explained. Instead, the resource is written to help you run a powerful math workshop. So open it up. Let's browse through it together. You will see that the unit begins with an overview of the mathematics, and there will be other sections on this platform that you can go to help you with the math. So let's skip that for now. As you move into the section of the unit that says Day 1, you'll see that it will give you a brief outline of the day of what you're going to do, and then it's going to give you tips on how to develop the context, the investigation, sending kids off, and how to move around the room and confer. There will be tips on how to confer in powerful ways. And then you'll be bringing the children back, usually for a gallery walk where they read each other's work. And then you will be holding a math congress, and there are tips in the unit each time you have a congress on what to look for in children's work, tips on what might good pieces be that you could pick to orchestrate and facilitate powerful math discussions that will benefit the whole community. The unit begins with children measuring for the first bench. The first bench is actually 5.5 feet. So the tool that children are given is a strip, and the strip is 1 foot, and they can iterate that 5 times along the strip that is the length of how long the bench will be. But the piece that's left is not enough, and that it's shorter than the foot. And so children usually work out ways to fold the paper and discover that it's actually 5.5 feet. Then then there's a congress held on day 2. On day 3, the children are given strips for 2 more benches, the benches that will go on the left and the bench that will go on the left and the bench that will go on the right.